Hello there and welcome from me, Rukidi Kiijanangoma, to UBC News Tonight, this Tuesday, the 15th day of April 2025. First though, let's have a look at our top stories. Tonight, President Museveni threatens to stop bail for those swindling PDM fans. Base aid leads Uganda's push to shield exporters, diversify markets after a US tariff deadline. Members of Parliament demand increased funding for the health sector. And in sports, Uganda Cubs return after earning Under-17 World Cup qualification. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcasting House here on Nile Avenue. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has warned that everyone implicated in swindling money meant to benefit local communities under the Parish Development Model Program will be prosecuted. Museveni is on a Parish Development Model Assessment Tour of Greater Mubende, starting from Kyankwanzi District this Tuesday. He said he would engage the Chief Justice on bailing out the corrupt on top of inviting State House Anti-Corruption Unit. The President also visited revered Reverend Emmanuel Kiemba of St. Joseph Catholic Parish in Busunju in Mityana District, which has become a model stopover in the area. Take a watch.
In Bugomora Central Village in Nkandwa Sub-County, Kyankwanzi District is where you find a one Balongo Patrick Matovu, a 2023 Parish Development Model beneficiary. Balongo, who received a 1 million government package and invested in poultry, has hosted the President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, as he kicked off Greater Mubende Wave Creation Tour on Tuesday, 15th April 2025.
Twagulanga buli kakoko nga tukagula omutwalo gumu n'ekitundu ne tugula obukoko bwa mitwalo nkaaga obukoko 40.
He says he later interested himself in doing dairy cattle keeping.
Bwe twawoza emitwalo 9 ne tubeera nga tugamba kakati tuteeketeeke project endala ne tugamba tunoonyeyo ente.
Residing on a 3-acre piece of land, Balongo, who started low, is now living his dream life.
Twalundira emyezi 6, enkoko ezo ne zikula bulungi, ne tujjamu enkoko 10 ne tuzitunda, ennaku zaali nnaku nkulu. Buli nkoko twagitundanga emitwalo 4 n'ekitundu.
The PDM misconduct also initiated a wider discussion with many fronting issues of corruption, and this touched and concerned the president.
Bakalika balinga milioni 5 zokka ku milioni esukka 2 kitekeeza ekigenderwakyo otukolera banka z'emiruka omuluka gw'ennabweyo n'omuluka gwa lubiri tebasobola kugenda mu maaso. Sente ze babajjako ezimu ziri ku CID headquarter.
Nadda nga azimba mulaba n'enkubira n'abanne baga musajja yatubba nga azimba. Tannaza ssente zaffe kati baamukuta ogwokubiri ng'atabbi era baagala muta. Your Excellency, waliwo amateeka we gatusobera nago.
Ababbi boonona budde kubanga bali wano mu Uganda tebali mu Congo.
The president further allayed fears of the communities by offering to deploy Brigadier Isoke from the State House and corruption units to Chankwazi district.
N'olwekyo abo basiru era bagenda kuyiga. Ngenda kusindika Brigadier Isoke ajje wano enkya anti-corruption. Temawulira bona akwata ab'ekiboga. Kati kino kinkoze bulungi bagenda kubakwata bonna.
From Chankwanzi, the president visited Busonjo Town Council in Mityana district. Here he visited St. Joseph Catholic Parish, where Reverend Emmanuel Kiemba is leading Christians in extensive farming. The model farm is venturing in coffee growing, farming, poultry, among others.
Tujja kusaba Your Excellency okukonsideringa ebitundu ebyo nga town councils ne municipalities oba olyawo n'ebyalo ebimu ebirimu abantu abangi okusobola okuba nga PDM akubisibwamu emirundi.
Naye bwe nabadde tonnajja abantu ba wano abaana bavaamu mu masomero olw'ebisale ebiri mu masomero ojja kubayamba. Yes, abaana baffe ab'abanaku naddala ab'abanaku ate ng'ekigendererwa kyo kyakulaba ng'abaana baffe bonna basoma.
Ekindeese kwe kukuba enduulu ku nsonga y'obwavu.
The presidential donations here excited the congregation.
Ngenda kumuweereza miliyoni 10 azongere ku mirimu gy'akola. Ateekereziyo eno ngenda kuteeka ku miliyoni 5,000. Ate omusosodoti ngenda kumuweereza tractor. Ati LC1 ngenda kumuweereza tukutuku. Ate angambye nteeka ekisawo kyamwe kibanja miliyoni 5. Nazo muzimuweereze kati asigale nazo. Ow'essomero ansabye baasi kubanga agambye nti nga booze wano twagala ekijjukizo. Ngenda kunoonya baasi y'abaana b'essomero liri.
The presidential wealth creation tour will end on Thursday, 17th April 2025. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Now, with the clock ticking on a 30-day reprieve before a 10% U.S. tariff on Ugandan imports takes effect, the government is fast-tracking a series of interventions to shield its exporters and protect hard-won market share. The Presidential Advisory Committee on Exports and Industrial Development, PESAID, chaired by Odrek Ruabogo, is in charge and also pushing for transformation. We have more in this story.
Uganda's export engine has been running at full throttle. But with the US set to impose a 10% duty on incoming goods, that momentum is now under pressure.
The US market is important in 3 ways. First, in the last 40 years, I don't know any country, any newly industrializing country, whether it's Turkey, whether it's Indonesia, whether it's Malaysia, China, whether it is Japan, that has not grown based on this market. Because when you are on this market, you are competing at a global level and your businesses begin to attract technology.
Still, the response has been sharp and strategic. The Presidential Advisory Committee on Exports and Industrial Development, PASAID, has opened direct lines with both US trade officials and key Ugandan agencies to keep negotiations active.
We're speaking about this so that there begins an open engagement on some of the sensitive products, sensitive technology, because we also buy from the US. We buy aircraft parts, we buy some things, so it's two-way. It may be small, but Uganda is a growing country in a region that is full of young people who admire cultural products from the US, who admire technology from the US. So suppose we acted jointly as a region, we would say, okay, you put 10%, we are putting 15 or 20%, and they would listen. But you are too small.
Markets in the UAE, India, China, and across Africa are being identified as promising alternatives.
So Nigeria is promising, so is Serbia. Serbia, we're close to shipping the first container, 20 foot, of 200 grams roasted coffee. That goes straight into the shelves. So that's really unique, because that market was not available to us 2 years ago. South Africa is available, but strangely a little bit of a higher standard. So South Africa gets its coffee from Italy. Can imagine, Italy buys from us. Often companies ship around Durban.
PASAID is also driving value addition, ensuring that Ugandan products are processed, branded, and certified to meet international standards.
Now, a Chinese investor, the manufacturer of cherry cars and a range of products, is in Uganda to seek for investment opportunities. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, met the Chinese investors in Kampala and assured them of government support to set up an assembling plant for cars and buses.
Members of Parliament from the opposition have responded to the letter of President Yoweri Museveni on the alleged 100 million Ugandan shillings cash bonanza. The president challenged the opposition on being silent on foreign aid, but questioned the 100 million bonanza.
Cherry Holdings Group, a Chinese company, are the manufacturers of cherry cars. The company is worth $70 billion US, more than Uganda's GDP, or about $50 billion US.
It's about 70 billion US dollars, and we have sold 2.6 million cars to the worldwide.
The Vice President and Board Secretary of Cherry Holdings Group, Zhu Hu, is in Uganda to seek for investment opportunities, including setting up an assembling plant for cherry cars.
Focus on the automotive and also the agricultural, the components, and the energy, also include the green materials. And for the Global Fortune 500, we ranked 385 in 2023.
The group met the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, today.
Your coming to Uganda definitely is an open door check, because
we apologize for that glitch in that story, but wish the technicians are working around the clock to ensure that we get the detailed story. But let's move on now, and we go to the August House, where 72 members of parliament from the opposition have appended their signatures to a document confirming they have not taken the 100 million Ugandan shillings from government, and this document has been made public. The MPs, through the leader of opposition, Joel Senyonyi, however, appealed to the public not to pressurize their MPs to take the money. Take a watch.
Members of Parliament from the opposition have responded to the letter of President Yoweri Museveni on the alleged 100 million Ugandan shillings cash bonanza. The president challenged the opposition on being silent on foreign aid, but questioned the 100 million bonanza.
If you have evidence against anyone who is receiving money from foreign agents or from whoever illicitly, expose them. Every country can have classified, but it should be one commensurate to your resource envelope as a country. Number two, it should be justifiable. Because if you're spending 3.3 trillion shillings on classified every year, this is money that is not to be accounted for. In Somalia, in Congo, wherever we are and so on, there's a separate budget for all of those different things. So you cannot even say this classified, it helps to bolster our operations in South Sudan, in Congo.
Senyonyi maintains that the cash handout is aimed at influencing the UPDF amendment bill, as evidenced by the government business presented by the Prime Minister for this week.
Because their intent is to see that civilians continue to be tried illegally by the military courts, even up to the Supreme Court, came out clearly. So you can see that we were right on the money.
For it. So it's our responsibility as members of parliament to amplify and to be together to fight it and mobilize Ugandans so that we can fight it together.
This parliament has sober Ugandans, leaders, who are going to fight that illegal law, because it's not for Ugandans. It is for a very few group of people against the dissenting voices of many Ugandans.
We are aware even they are going to bring the UPDF amendment bill. We are going to stand once again against it the way we did for the coffee bill, however much we shall be very few. But
Senyonyi disagrees with the claims that the money was to support MPs monitor government programs.
Part of our cardinal responsibility that we are paid for, as we keep the government in check, as we hold it accountable, is an oversight role. That's one of our cardinal responsibilities, to play an oversight role over all government programs. So how does it make sense then when somebody says, yeah, this corrupt money, it is to help MPs to go and monitor government programs? But that's why we are paid as members of parliament, to monitor all government programs. Why is this an exception? Pressures that we have as members of parliament, yeah? But we are not going to fall into this trap to steal money so that we can meet the demands of our voters. No. Because then, shall we have the moral authority to challenge corruption? 72
members of the opposition have so far appended their signatures on a document that confirms that they have not taken the money, and the list has been made public. I'm Nafka Farida and Gloria Gwitabinji at Parliament.
The National Resistance Movement NRM primaries will start in May with NRM chairperson at village level. Meanwhile, primaries for directly elected members of parliament will be in June this year. The roadmap was released by the party Secretary General Richard Tudwong here in Kampala. Philip Aguta reports.
I hereby officially launch the National Resistance Movement electoral roadmap that starts.
In a media briefing on Tuesday, the NRM Secretary General Richard Tudwong and top NRM party officials unveiled the roadmap for primaries.
I hereby launch the roadmap.
Some of the key days to remember include the polling day for NRM chairpersons at village level is 6th May 2025. The polling day for youth, persons with disabilities and older persons is 24th May. The polling day for members of parliament, constituencies and district women members of parliament is 16th July. The polling day for local government, LC5, municipal and city division mayor is 24th July. The polling day for local government, councils LC4, municipal and city division councillors is 18th August. The polling day for local government councils LC3, sub-county, town council and municipal division is 15th August. The NRM National Conference to elect the NRM Presidential Flag Bearer, the Executive Committee of SEC, Executive Committees of Special Organs at national level, Special Interest Groups MP Flag Bearers like youths, workers, PWDs and other persons is from 22nd to 25th August.
That the party has an authentic digitalized members register, which we are going to use in our internal party election and for mobilization. In the just concluded registration of members, we have 20.7 million members of the party. Now that you can discount from the 45.9 million members of your population, that means close to 40-something% of the population of Uganda are members of the National Resistance Movement party.
Meanwhile, the nomination fees for the party primaries goes as follows. The President, 20 million Uganda shillings. Members of Parliament, 3 million Uganda shillings. Lord Mayor, 1.5 million shillings. City Councillors, 500,000 shillings. Lord Councillors, 1 million shillings. LC5 Chairperson, 1 million shillings. LC5 Councillors, 200,000 shillings. City Division Mayors, 1 million shillings. Municipal and Division Councillors, 100,000 shillings. Sub-county, town council, division, municipal, local government chairpersons, 20,000 shillings. Sub-county and town council councillors, 20,000 shillings. LC1 chairpersons, 10,000 shillings. Joseph Chigozi and Philip Aguta, UBC News.
You should
Now, Uganda Traffic Police plans to resume operations against border raiders who do not put on helmets as part of the ongoing strategies to reduce road accidents and crashes on Ugandan roads. Uganda Traffic Police spokesperson SP Mike Kananura and the Kampala Metropolitan Traffic Deputy Commandant SP Justin Opas were addressing the media at Parish Technologies Namirembe during a sponsorship agreement signing ceremony with Legacy Road Safety Initiative.
In order to promote road safety on Uganda roads, Parish Technologies, in partnership with Legacy Road Safety Initiative, have signed a shillings 10 million sponsorship agreement for the forthcoming 4th annual Road Safety Marathon scheduled for 31st May at Old Kampala Playground.
We really invite all the people who are capable, people in the same business, to also turn up and support the LRS in this event, because it is aiming to support and to save lives.
We are excited for this partnership, and like the GM has said, it's the beginning of a great future for us to save lives together. And I want to make you aware of this. When you look at what happens on the road, we've come to realize that many people are perishing because very few come to their rescue.
The Uganda Police Traffic spokesperson SP Mike Kananura and the Kampala Metropolitan Traffic Police Commandant SP Justin Opus told the media that traffic policies will soon resume the border helmet operations.
For example, if you talk of crash helmets, you'll find that most of these people have refused completely to use crash helmets, and the law is coming on board where we even want the passengers to use these helmets. Actually, I thank you fellas that I've seen most of your people, both passengers and riders, using these helmets, and this is what we want. Sort of that we are going to start on enforcement and operations to make sure that everyone has to put on, and this is for your own good, please.
It's a call for everyone to join this effort. As the marathon comes on, please come, let's run and say we want sanity on our roads, and we want everyone to be participative. Thank you, Parish, for the work, for joining the team.
Police traffic records show that every day an average 14 Ugandans reportedly die of road accidents and crashes. Juko Collins compiled this report.
The Democratic Party has announced the conclusion of its internal elections to select delegates for the upcoming conference. At a media briefing, the party called for reconciliation among opposition parties, pointing to a symbolic moment of unity during the Kabaka birthday run, where Honorable Chagulanyi and Honorable Mpuga were together.
Mr. Kiria Ismail is the youth leader, the youth president, and my colleague is called that the process so far is past the village level. We have finished the village level. We are in the process of building the structures. The village level is finished. Take this process seriously, because out of this process, we are going to get leaders that are going to run the party for another 5 years. It is time to begin a conversation. As Democratic Party, we believe in dialogue and talking to each other. Dialogue and reconciliation. Democratic Party is a political party that will never fail to talk to those we disagree with. History can show that. And even now, as we speak, we talk to various members from various political parties. We talk to members with whom we do not share the same opinion or political view. For us, we believe it is okay.
Now, parents of children with hydrocephalus disability in Bugisu and neighboring regions have a reason to smile after philanthropists launched a rehabilitation center. The founder, Hidden People Project, Nathan Namatati, told UBC that his experience when one of his children was diagnosed with hydrocephalus inspired him to come up with this initiative.
In 2018, as a young family, Mr. and Mrs. Namatati were faced with somewhat calamity when their then unborn baby was diagnosed with hydrocephalus.
And at that time, the doctors didn't believe it. The doctor thought he might never walk, he might never speak, he might never. They had all things of never, 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 never. And we prayed as we're Christians, so we believed, we trusted God. And the doctors actually say that most people who get such children abort them. And in UK, abortion is legal, so you can get rid of a child. But because we're Christians and we know God does miracles, they said no. Question became louder and louder. Where are children like him in Uganda?
People are ashamed of their children. They don't know how to help them. There's no support even if they wanted to help them. And so that's when we realized these people are hidden. And then we thought, we really need to do something. Now we know these children exist.
Hydrocephalus is a medical condition that occurs when there is an abnormal accumulation of cerebrospinal fluid within the brain, leading to increased pressure and potential damage. Dr. Dennis Lukoye, a medical officer at Cure Specialized Hospital in Mbale, says cases of acquired hydrocephalus are caused by infections during delivery.
The commonest place our mothers give birth is within the community. If they're not giving birth from a health center, which may not be as clean, they are giving birth from home, giving birth from the street, giving birth from the garden, from the kitchen, and then thereafter they cut the umbilical cord with any dirty knife or blade they find, and from there germs pass through the cord and into the bloodstream and into the brain, and the child ends up getting this.
With the launch of a multi-million project, residents of Remuna village, Butiru sub-county in Manafa district have a reason to smile as the center is set to provide both medical and social care to children suffering from hydrocephalus.
For instance, we have those children with us here, gathered today, and they are from within our localities. So the project has come in the time where we were all yearning for it as the community.
His sentiments are re-echoed by the locals in the area.
We really thank God for this program and the community of this program. We know that our children also will progress. They will also be called people who are what? Who are at least somebody.
Presiding over the launch was His Highness Mike Jude Mudoma, the Omkuka III of Bamasaba. In his remarks, the Omkuka asked Bamasaba leaders to stop fighting one another but work together for the betterment of their people.
mulukula mamukula zingunda kao lokira be gulu zingulu zizinda atabaro alisamusebe banga mapesa ndisi baba batambisira nenye uromuti mugana musebe baba mapesa kagarabura kubitira batu bene.
Statistics in Manafa district show that in a population of 100 people in any community, 12 are disabled, a rate that translates into 4,312 disabled people and 123,696 vulnerable persons. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
Unstoppable! We are what? Unstoppable!
Come on, mo pocket, tambula about the street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. All cash is gone, netagayo kaloni, nigga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good with MTN. We are what? Unstoppable.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
A smile that is white, fresh and beautiful is a smile to be proud of. Discover new Colgate White and Fresh for the whole family with high quality and an incredible price. Special announcement from the Baseline Education Census 2025. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Sports, is conducting the Baseline Education Census 2025. This exercise will cover all learning institutions in the country for both government and private establishments, namely pre-primary, primary, secondary, vocational, and higher institutions of learning. The Baseline Education Census exercise data collection is being conducted in a phased manner, starting with Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area, comprising of districts of Kampala, Mukono, and Wakiso. The rollout to all other regions will commence at the beginning of second term. The Baseline Education Census collects information on learners, teachers, and school facilities to facilitate planning and policy decisions in the education sector. Uganda Bureau of Statistics appeals to the general public, heads of schools and institutions, as well as the local government authorities to cooperate with the BEC enumerators. In a special way, UBOS appeals to all parents of the learners to support the exercise by availing learners with their correct date of birth, national identification number, and learner's identification number. For more information, please call 0772 933 628 or 0743 787 189 from Dr. Chris Mukiza, Executive Director.
Hi, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, just a second. Where is your tax clearance certificate?
Hey.
You don't seem to have a tax clearance certificate, do you?
Oh no, I haven't filed my returns.
Sorry, we can't proceed without it. Can we bring in another bidder now?
Next.
Opportunities don't wait. Avoid penalties and interest by filing and paying your taxes before June 30th, 2025. Call our toll-free number or WhatsApp for help.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. I am Rukidi Kiijanangoma. Moving on, there was tension at Kati restaurant in Lugogo as NRM village chairpersons from the 5 divisions of Kampala clashed with the district chairperson Ntanzi Stephen for failing to secure a meeting with the NRM national chairperson, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The village NRM leaders also rejected the NRM roadmap announced today, accusing party officials of neglecting the grassroots mobilizers who do the groundwork during both party primaries and national elections.
had enough of this. We're always working every day, wholeheartedly, but we have never met, we have never been seen by the national chairman of the party. We don't want a repeat, which was in Kawempe, where the big people with the money bags, are the ones who are going around and they're looking for votes. The votes can only be fought for by the people on the ground. And the people on the ground, the mobilizers in every branch, in every village. Those are national chairman, please come and listen to our grievances at the grassroots. We are the people who can look for votes for you. Not the people who are sitting in Chadon, not the people who are sitting in the house there, not the people who are carrying the money bags. The so-called senior mobilizers, national mobilizers, they are mobilizing themselves. They are not mobilizing the voters in the villages.
We are crying just because we have stayed for some good years without any recognition as we, the leaders on the ground. Very soon, like next week, we are coming out for picking the forms of the nomination. But as per now, Kampala, NRA people, they are saying they are not ready because you have not honored them ever since they requested you to meet us.
Security has been significantly heightened in Mwalimu Nagolu Drive, Nakawa Division, following the deployment of police and military personnel to safeguard Ministry of Lands officials during a high-stake land conflict meeting. The deployment stemmed from intelligence reports received by the Nakawa and Kampala Central Resident City Commissioners, indicating that previous land engagements in the area had faced resistance and disruptions from some residents.
The meeting was convened to address a long-standing dispute over Plot 54A and Plot 3 in Chualimu Zone. The State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, led the delegation, which included Senior Presidential Assistant for Special Duties Fiona Barungi and the RCCs of Nakawa and Kampala Central.
There is a difference between Omusiramu, chairman
The Area LC1 Chairman Ahmed Matov and concerned residents were also present. The tense gathering was closely monitored by security personnel. Chairman Matovu expressed the community's frustrations over unresolved land issues. In response, Minister Sam Mayanja read a report compiled by the State House Anti-Corruption Unit led by Brigadier Henry Isoke. The report read that the two plots in question had been illegally subdivided. He faulted Kampala District Land Board for allocating land that belonged to the Uganda Land Commission.
Plot 54 and Plot 3 belongs to two entities, which one part belongs to Isbad University, having acquired it from Silvano Angwakane, who had fully compensated the occupants, and another part from Miss Habdin Muslim community, the Rubega family. They should know where their boundaries are. They should know where their land is. The problem here was that this Kampala District Land Board thought this was their land, whereas the land belonged to Uganda Land Commission. And it was after the effect, when the complaints came, that he discovered that actually they had given a title over what was not belonging to them.
Minister Mayanja ordered the cancellation of the land title held by Miss Bahuddin Muslim Community Limited. He directed that both Plot 54A and Plot 3 are repossessed by government.
Land here was owned by the Uganda Land Commission, so it was not available for the District Land Board to give to any person or authority. So that's why I have cancelled it. Number two, the surveying. Our officers in the ministry, they have the surveys, and the District Land Board should utilize those surveys to find out what belongs to them. Number two, also Uganda Land Commission, they should have a register of their land, the data bank, so that this kind of confusion doesn't come.
However, in compromise, Isbat University and Miss Bahuddin Muslim Community Limited will retain portions of the land.
We have directed that immediately our surveyor should come and demarcate the land that belongs to the community, the Muslim community, and then the land that we going to Eastbad University. 2 entities have been identified as own this land. On the findings of the report of the State House Anti-Corruption Unit, which I've read publicly here, and everybody understood it. So it's a transparent document.
The meeting concluded with a site tour by the minister and officials, guided by LC1 chairman Matovu, under heavy security surveillance. Joseph Chigozi, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Members of Parliament want government to increase funding to the Ministry of Health to enable it to meet its key priorities in the 2025-2026 financial year. The ministry is prioritizing enhancements in service at the Uganda Cancer Institute, the fight against non-communicable diseases, and the rehabilitation of general hospitals across the country. Legislators were also concerned over the limited health services, including shortage of essential drugs, inadequate equipment, and understaffing at health facilities.
Members of Parliament have maintained increased funding for the health sector in the country. The report of the Parliamentary Committee on Health on the ministerial policy statements for the next financial year schedules priorities to improve the health sector.
In line with the government's commitment to preventive health care, as opposed to curative services, which are costly, more emphasis should be on ensuring equitable access to well-equipped health facilities, trained and motivated health workers, in addition to improvement in the healthcare delivery system.
Despite progress made by the Ministry of Health and the Uganda Cancer Institute in combating cancer, the disease remains a public health challenge.
Certain facilities that we should also start considering in putting in some of our hospitals at the district level, especially in cancer scanning, because most people, by the time they realize they have a cancer problem, it's too late. So we should have a mechanism where information can be disseminated at the local level.
All of us are victims of kidneys and kidney failures and a problem into it. I also recommend we put some fund so that most of our regional referral hospital, we put this machine because...
That the whole of last year, I was in the Cancer Institute with my late dad, and the congestion there, Mr. Speaker. We are now in the rainy season. When it's raining, you find the attendants out, they are being beaten by rain.
Recently, the head of research and training at the Uganda Cancer Institute, Dr. Nixon Niyonzima, said the country registered 36,000 new cancer cases in 2024. However, only 7,945 patients sought treatment at the institute, highlighting the gap in awareness and accessing cancer care.
The committee recommends that 7.1 billion be provided to enable the Uganda Cancer Institute to operationalize the Guru Center and various centers. This will help bring cancer services closer to the people in order to congest the main cancer center in Mulago.
The ministry raises the need to address a rise in non-communicable diseases.
The Ministry of Health should implement a robust AM1 surveillance system to monitor resistance patterns and inform treatment guidelines. Second, the Ministry of Health should promote rational use of antibiotics through education, guidelines, and policy enforcement.
However, legislators were dissatisfied with the ministry's performance, highlighting empty drug stores, inadequate staffing, and insufficient medical supplies at public health facilities.
Our people are suffering because there is a high demand for health services, but in these general hospitals, simple services like a scan, laboratory service, a surgical procedure, you must pay money.
Even have sub-counties with no health centers in Bukomansimbi, like Butenga Rural. Yet we passed here that each sub-county has to have a health center.
State Minister for Health, Anifa Kawia Banglana, says the ministry has a shortfall of over 1.7 trillion shillings in unfunded activities.
I do appreciate and feel your concerns. I'm also a member of Parliament representing a constituency where all these facilities and issues you are raising, if I was to be the other side, maybe I would raise more. Rope and other colleagues have said, this is the time where we can all come together as the members of this August House, appropriate money to the health sector.
Rebecca Nantongo, Gloria Gwitabinji, Parliament.
Lake Kyoga has registered an increase in annual fish catch and revenue collected for Nakasongola district. This was revealed during a sensitization engagement for fishermen and lake users by Fisheries Protection Unit Commander Lieutenant Colonel Mercy Tukahirwa at Kikaraganya landing site in Rwampanga sub-county, Nakasongola district. We have more in this story.
Lieutenant Colonel Mercy Tukaihira, the commandant, Fisheries Protection Unit, has enhanced efforts to curb illegal fishing on Uganda's lakes. The FPU commandant is in Nakasongola district to engage fishing communities, local leaders, including area members of parliament at different landing sites on Lake Kyoga. At a landing site in Rampanga sub-county in Nakasongola district, fishermen stressed the need to enhance operations to fight non-compliant fishermen.
I also take this opportunity to thank Colonel Mase, who has come to Budiebo County in order to solve the problem of the fishing community. The fishing community of Nakasongola district has been experiencing a lot of challenges, more especially the illegal fishing gears around the lake, that is Kokota.
But right now, everywhere you go, you are finding mature fish, although other required methods are still in place. They are using it in hidance.
During the engagement, FPU Commander Lieutenant Colonel Mercy Tukaihira sensitized the public on the new Aquaculture and Fisheries Act 2023.
Our people lack information. They have many information about the law, but the FPU has taught them clearly, and they have understood now what they are supposed to do.
You preserve the species of those fish that are still growing so that there is continuity and sustenance of production on the lake.
This prompted Lieutenant Colonel Mercy Tukaihira to give out 2 million shillings to Sulaiman Sekakono, who had earlier confessed indulging in illegal fishing, to aid him settle the debts on one of the boats used for fishing.
The Vice-Chancellor of Kampala University, Professor Badru Katerega, has slammed people who speak ill and evil against him about his former wife, Nalongo Jolly Shubaiha Irangunda, who attempted to kill him last year. Katerega made the remarks at the launch of the tentative program for the 22nd graduation ceremony of Kampala University, which will be held on Thursday this week at the Gaba Best Original Campus.
Professor Badru Katerega first narrated his ordeal of what happened to him by his own ex-wife, Nalongo Jolly Shubaiha Irangunda, on 9th September 2024.
To disorganize me so that I change the geography, but Allah did not like that to happen, because we still have a mission and work to do at Kampala University and else. But I'm progressing well, I want to assure you.
and I'm only allowed to work for 4 hours a day.
Katerega was surprised by Irankunda's false denials and allegations that she refused torturing him instead of apologizing.
We are ready to take her on, no doubt about that. It's a Nagula 1993 at a returned Kadi owner.
Speaking to the media in Gaba, Professor Badru Katerega lauded government for the changes in the education system with the introduction of a new competency-based curriculum.
As the national education system shifts towards competence-based curricula, Kampala University is adopting swiftly to the national demands. This requires fundamental shifts in curriculum design. Our curriculum must change because we are the ones absorbing those from a new curriculum.
Meanwhile, Professor Katerega presented a tentative program for the 22nd graduation ceremony of Kampala University, slated for 17th April 2025, which is this Thursday.
This graduation ceremony is dual in nature, where we will also have the 6th graduation ceremony for our School of Nursing and Health Sciences being held together. We are holding it together since last year, also to cut on costs and not disorganize people. After 1 week, you tell them, come also for another one, and so on. So the way things are, this will be the second time we are graduating together.
I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
We'll take yet another short break and return with the latest in business. Do stay with us.
Come on, mo pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netagayo kaloni, nigga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
A smile that is white, fresh and beautiful is a smile to be proud of. Discover new Colgate White and Fresh for the whole family with high quality and an incredible price.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Life in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Where will Madam get Kameza if I get an accident and can't work? If anything happens to me, what will Junior eat?
Kale Musa is still in the hospital.
That is missing a lot of money here.
With a monthly payment of only 3,000 shillings off your Equity personal account for Equi-Life insurance, you will be entitled to 50,000 shillings hospital cash per night spent in a registered facility, up to 20 nights every year. And your family will receive 3 million shillings in case of your death. Visit your nearest Equity agent to sign up today or call 0312 327 000 for assistance.
We used to run, but most of the time we were running away from something. But nowadays, everything seems different. People still run, but they are running towards something. They run to test their limits, to break new records. And when we do it right, we inspire others.
The inaugural Coffee Marathon, uplifting rural coffee women, 24th May at Africa Coffee Park, Ntungamo.
Come, let us run.
To register, dial *217 *413 #. Choose option 4. Or scan the event QR code or visit the website to choose the race options. Brought to you by Inspire Africa Group.
Have a look now at the latest in business. Leaders and people of Chiboga district have requested government to establish an industrial park in the district which will aid in value addition and job creation. The Chiboga district chairperson Kalunda Gerald Nsiro says the district is ready to avail land which State Minister for Investment Evelyn Anite has welcomed. This was during a meeting with lower local council leaders where Government Chief Whip Hamson Obua encouraged them to support the president and government programs. Henry Okrot reports.
Availability of land in Greater Mubende has been delaying the establishment of an industrial park. Land is now available in Kiboga district, which could set the pace for the long-awaited infrastructure.
Kiboga tewaliyo kkolero lyonna. In Kiboga, we don't have any factory. Twandirowoozezza nti Kiboga twandifunye kkolero ne tuzuula ettaka ng'ab'e Kiboga. At least if we can give them that mandate, we can get a place, a land. Tujja kusobola okuba tulina ebyuma by'emmwanyi nga tugeseeko value addition.
This request is in line with the government policy for an industrialized economy.
The policy is very clear that every sub-region should have an industrial park. So in this sub-region, we have not been able to have an industrial park, largely because there was no land. Now that the LC Vice Chairman of Chiboga has said land is going to be available, of course we'll give them the industrial park.
When this comes to pass, the sale of cattle products without value addition will be solved.
Therefore, by establishing an industrial park, we shall add value to the meat by processing meat, not selling cows. Then we shall have a ready market for processing our raw materials. Therefore, it will spur development.
All we want is the land, and Chiboga is very near from Kampala. We'll be able to attract investors to come. The problem is that the investors don't want to go in very far places. Chiboga being very near, the road being tarmac, electricity being available, it's a very suitable place for us to have an industrial park.
This was during a meeting with lower local council leaders in Kiboga to deliberate preparations ahead of President Yoweri Museveni's visit to the area on Thursday.
Wekunge, bosula nabo, abakabe emikwana b'Oluganda, n'abaana kakati ne b'okulembera.
Abamu babadde beeswanta nti akalulu tugenda kalya, tugenda bawujja akalulu nammwe mukimatire. Kakati kaakano katuuse. Buli eyayita ow'amaanyi asembere yeewandiise, akalulu kasalewo ani.
Kakati ng'abakulembeze tukwasaganyiza bulungi ekintu kino ne kitambula. Naye nange wabeerayo eyo abankuba enkonyogo oba banjagaza ki emyaka gino esatu. Mwami Mukaso ogira okyandeka.
Leaders were advised to embrace government programs.
And that is what is bringing President Museveni.
Emyoga, PDM,
youth livelihood, work for women, special grant for the disabled, special grant for the elderly.
Currently, President Yoweri Museveni is touring Greater Mubende sub-region to assess the performance of wealth creation and PDM. He will address a public rally in Kiboga on Thursday.
Yellow.
Henry Okrut, UBC.
Yellow.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census report of 2016 in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UCOSAF is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
Amazina ganje ninyetekwa Seruhanga John Bosco ninduga mu district ya Rukungiri ndio muhanguzi wa miliyoni 16 na Uganda National Rotary nzahangwire urwo mu kuzana star 278 hash ngafuna message erikweka ndio muhanguzi nashemererwa konka nabaza kugira ngo neri y'abafere sente ziriyo zone bakaziteka ngo nazihangwire.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Welcome back. Now let's have a look at the latest in sports. The Uganda Cubs have been welcomed home with an early morning plush reception at the Sheraton Kampala Hotel. The Cubs secured Uganda's first ever ticket to a FIFA World Cup tournament after a thrilling 2-1 victory over the Gambia in the playoff match in Morocco.
The Uganda Cubs arrived in the country early this morning and were received by FIFA CEO Edgar Watson. After arrival, the under-17 national football team was hosted at the Sheraton Hotel for a sumptuous breakfast by FIFA President Honorable Moses Magogo and delegation.
It is a heroic and historic event that you have registered for Uganda. It is a testament of your hard work, of your perseverance, of your passion for the game of football.
The Cubs secured Uganda's first ever ticket to a FIFA World Cup tournament after a thrilling 2-1 victory over the Gambia in the playoff match at the Total Energies Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco.
Commitment and believing in what we said that we shall be in the World Cup come what may. That's what we've been seeing since day one, and it has come to pass. I'm very happy for that.
Journey for AFCON in Morocco. First, it wasn't easy because we faced good teams. We qualified for World Cup, and that is why we are here. We are happy because we have qualified for World Cup.
The Cubs will now begin preparation for their maiden appearance at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup later this year in Qatar.
And we have been informed that this team is very coordinated and they are very focused. Remain focused and you'll achieve great.
Marshamiro Victor, UBC News.
Congratulations to the Cubs and Uganda in general. And with that story, we've come to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV this Tuesday, the 15th day of April 2025. Thank you so much for having kept us company. I am Rukidi Kiijanangoma wishing you a bulletin, but if you can, we have our second and final edition coming your way at 10 p.m. See you then.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Mikulu Business Expo kumi pirabiri mwetano ine komyewo wakati wena tusomezi mwenda paka 11 Mei lukuku